Lewis Hamilton has given us a pretty shocking statement when it comes to his life after retirement, and not many of us thought that the Briton would be involved in the movie industry. Still, it seems like this is something that Hamilton desperately wants to pursue in his life, and the fact that he has opened his own film production company says it all. There have been some new developments when it comes to the first movie being released by Hamilton's film company, and that is something we cannot wait to see. So, with whom will Hamilton collaborate, and why is he so focused on the film industry? Before we explain Hamilton's hidden passion, make sure to like our video, subscribe to our channel and turn on the notifications. Lewis Hamilton is a 7-time world champion, and the fact that he's been so close to the 8th record-breaking championship says everything about what kind of driver he is. Although he doesn't consider retirement as of now, Hamilton has accepted the fact that his time to exit the sport is coming slowly but surely. That is why the Briton has spoken about the afterlife or life after F1. Although many of the drivers are considering other competitions such as NASCAR after retiring from F1, Hamilton's secret wish is to own his own film production company and work in the film industry. Well, as of now, the wish isn't really secret, as Hamilton spoke about it and gave us further insights as to what he's planning to do in the near future. When talking about the possibility of filming movies on his own, Hamilton said, "When I do stop racing, which I don't plan on doing for a while, I still feel I'm in a good place. I want it to be seamless. I want to be able to move on to fully focus on Dawn Apollo films and to be able to jump in at a similar level to what I've been used to. I've spoken to people who have said, look, when I stopped, it all came crashing down. I wasn't prepared to do other things, I hadn't taken my time to learn any other crafts, other skills, and I don't know what my other passions are." Dawn Apollo Films is the name of the production house that Hamilton has established, and as of now, he has 2 movies underway. The first one will be with Brad Pitt, a Hollywood actor, and it's going to be a documentary on how Hamilton made it in F1. Basically, what Hamilton wants to achieve is to show the world that everything is possible when you have enough trust in yourself, and what better way to do this than by hiring Brad Pitt to be the main actor in your movie. Apart from this movie, Hamilton is involved in making a fictional film that is based on F1, and the shooting will start next year. Both of these movies and his company have been backed up by Apple CEO Tim Cook, who was present at the US GP and was waving the checkered flag at the end of the race. Brad Pitt was also present at the Austin GP, and while his main focus was on McLaren, where he spent the most time of any garage he visited, it's clear that he and Hamilton discussed the upcoming films. The director of the movie, Joseph Kosinski, and screenwriter Aaron Kruger were also present, along with the producer, Jerry Bruckheimer, as all of them were the team behind Top Gun Maverick. Hamilton spoke about the movie that is supposed to end next year, saying, "I'm incredibly excited about it. I mean, what we've been able to do so far put together team-wise is pretty incredible. I've got Tim Cook here this weekend, which is such an honor to have him with us. Him and his team have been so supportive, supporting my documentary and also green-lighting this movie. And then having Brad, a legend, and you've got Jerry, who really is an incredible legend. He did Top Gun the original, and Joe is such a huge talent as a director. I have such high hopes for it. I know we're gonna make the best racing movie that's ever existed, both visually, and we're gonna work on making sure we pull on the heartstrings of all those fans." Obviously, if you want to make a documentary about your career, you'd have to ask the F1 team bosses and F1 teams whether or not they would like to be a part of the movie. If you replace them with actors that are going to tell their story, it's not going to help your movie a lot. But if they agree to have direct involvement in the project, then rest assured that your movie is set for the stars. Team bosses like Vizier and Steiner were asked about the possibility of being a part of Hamilton's movie, and the Alfa Romeo's principal said, "I think that we don't have to consider the position of every single team in this kind of project. For me, it could be a mega step forward for F1 in general. As Netflix did a couple of years ago, that's for sure. Then it's relative to the team. You speak about one team or you have footage about one team. But overall, I think it's good for F1 and it's a mega project, and we will all support the project for sure." Similar thoughts were shared by Steiner and Mike Crack, Aston Martin's principal, adding that the technology that Hamilton and his production house have shown to the F1 team bosses is something that amazed them a lot, and that the movie could only help the sport even further. "We know what kind of impact impact Drive to Survive had on the popularity of the sport, and the fact that the show was so successful in the USA, where F1 was struggling to renew the relationship, just goes to say that this movie does have the potential to boost popularity in F1 even further. But in order for you to shoot a movie, you need to have a proper atmosphere, and what better place to shoot a movie for F1 than F1 race weekends? This is exactly what Brad Pitt will do, as Stefano Domenicali spoke about the movie about F1 and said that in the second half of the 2023 season, Brad Pitt will shoot the movie on race weekends. I think it's serious stuff. I'm very excited because we are somewhere where people think, what's next? And this is another step in the growth. We truly believe that it will enable F1 to be another dimension that was not explored so deeply and so well until today. You will see a lot of things will happen next year on the preparation, and it's exciting because all the teams will be involved, the drivers, everyone. So it's fantastic. We're already planning all the activity and the activation that needs to be done in a real race weekend. We're going to start in the second half of the season for the production. What's more interesting that you probably missed out on this interview is the fact that everything in the movie will be real. For example, we're going to see real F1 cars and not replicas, which is why the filming of the movie will be done during race weekends. This is something that Domenicali confirmed later on, and when asked whether the production would have its own cars running on track between official sessions, he added, "The only thing I can say is it will be real, and you will see something going on during the race weekends." On top of that, Domenicali spoke about the involvement of the F1 team bosses, saying that they're eager to get involved in this. They will be there, the real ones that will be involved in the movie. And now there are discussions with the teams how to create the plan with the story, although of course this is done by Hollywood. This movie will be especially important for the sport because it will bring in such huge revenue and will help with its popularity. However, the execution needs to be perfect in order for us to see every little detail and understand what is actually happening behind the scenes of an F1 caravan. We could have understood this from Drive to Survive, but it's always good when there are more movies about the F1 sport, such as the movie Rush, which had a plot about the rivalry between Niki Lauda and James Hunt. Hamilton's retirement plans are something that, according to everyone, said by him and the F1 team bosses, can wait a little bit. He doesn't plan to retire anytime soon, and the movie is going to be filmed next year, meaning that Hamilton's involvement in both businesses is something that could take a toll on his energy and his F1 performance. Still, we're sure that Hamilton won't budge at all. What do you think about the new movie that is underway? Do you think that Hamilton has what it takes to be a movie producer? Let us know in the comments below.